Hi. Cozy games have been popular for a hot minute, but they all tend to follow the same formula. It's generally a simulation adjacent game, like a life simulation, farming simulation, or some kind of mix of both. After the overwhelming success of Stardew Valley, that kind of became the standard for cozy games. You know, Harvest Moon inspired Stardew Valley, and then Stardew Valley inspired Stardew Valley but aquatic. And then it inspired Stardew Valley but magic. And it inspired another Stardew Valley but anime. And another Stardew Valley, but this time it's MMO and it's littered with microtransactions. Animal Crossing? And in all honesty, I'm just so sick of that. It's been milked to the moon and back, so I'm really glad Concerned Ape is working on something new to break the cycle, because he's like this godfather like figure for cozy games. And I'm not saying I don't like quote-unquote cozy games at all, but cozy has become kind of a marketing buzzword for these games. They will most often have cozy as a tag or cozy in their description, but I feel like I'm very much a type of person that doesn't like it when I'm told what to feel about certain things, if that makes sense. Like, don't tell me that it's cozy. Make the game in a way that makes me feel cozy, you know? And I think that's why I started to get more and more sick of these games trying to imitate or copy or clone games like Stardew Valley. With that being said, I think it's important to do a little self-reflection and figure out what we find cozy. What is cozy? Cozy is comfort. What can be comforting? Well, it can be a lot of things. It can be repetition, freedom, guidance, connection, humor. There is just such a whole plethora of things cozy can be. Cozy can be being able to do whatever you want. Cozy can be getting lost in a whole entire new world. Cozy is not one note. Cozy is not just moving out of the city to a village and farming and f***ing the whole village. It can be so much more. So in this video, I wanted to talk about some of my unconventional cozy games that were never intended to be cozy, at least not that I know of, that I kind of do find cozy in a weird way. So I picked 10 games for the occasion. I'm gonna do a quick introduction for each of them and explain where the coziness stems for me. Disclaimer, this is not gonna be a review video. I'm not gonna be getting really deep into the lore of the games. There's no extensive research because it's just what I've been feeling. If you can't be normal about that, get out. I would assume Skyrim doesn't require a huge amount of introduction. It is the 5th installment of the Elder Scrolls franchise. Skyrim is a fantasy action role-playing game. The very beginning of the game has been memed into oblivion and back. Well, to be fair, the whole game has been memed into oblivion with all the crazy mods. It's iconic. Let's just say that. You start off as a prisoner and then due to circumstances, you escape and then you can pretty much do whatever. There are many NPCs, several guilds you can join, interesting side quests, and a pretty versatile skill tree. Not as intricate as in Oblivion, but I don't mind that. If you have seen some of my other stuff, you know I get very fixated on two things: character customization and music. Character customization is fairly decent. It's not the most in-depth thing ever, but it gets the job done. As for music, it can really convey emotions and feelings well, and most of the soundtrack conveys a very cozy atmosphere. The contrast between walking in the snow and in the mountains for 15 minutes because you refuse to take the path that seemed to be a little longer detour, but now you're stuck in the snow and suddenly you see a nice little shack. That is comfort. That is cozy. That is the feeling of finally going home after a really long day, 10 out of 10. This feeling of comfort also comes from the fact that you have almost endless freedom and you can do whatever you want. Pick flowers, collect mushrooms, cook, marry, adopt pets, buy a house, decorate the house, or fight a giant, if you dare. I would consider myself a fan of the open world stuff, but there are definitely games that make me feel overwhelmed when the map is too big or there are too many quests. So if you're like that and haven't played Skyrim, heads up. But other than that, Skyrim is a really solid, cozy game option. Horse Girl Simulator, prequel to Red Dead Redemption. This is an action-adventure open-world game following the protagonist Arthur Morgan and his outlaw gang in a fictional Western-themed United States. They rob, they kill, they scheme. You might even ask, what is so cozy about that? Go on, ask me. Well, I'll tell you. Looking after horses, feeding them, brushing them, side missions, gambling. If you've played a Rockstar game before, you know that usually there is a lot of things to do other than the main quest. Collectibles, tons of side missions, very engaging characters. Plus, the multiplayer is also really fun when you play it for the first time. And then you realize Rockstar focused all their attention on GTA 5 even a decade after it came out, so Red Dead Online kinda got left to its own devices. In multiplayer, you get to create a character, do quests as well, get a job, participate in things like fishing and photography contests, and also just vibe. There's like a defensive mode if you don't want annoying players constantly killing you. I would hop on Red Dead Online a lot back in the day to just do dailies, do silly things with some of the other people online, play dress up, and so on. But after a while, it started to get a bit boring with no major updates. But other than that, I think the coziness kind of was in this multiplayer experience for me. The repetition of getting to do dailies, of building a little routine. However, if we're focusing on the single player part, I liked to collect Arthur's drawings, discover weird locations throughout the map. Again, if you know Rockstar, they like to put some crazy Easter eggs in their games. Fun fact, my grandpa is obsessed with Red Dead Redemption 2. He's constantly on Red Dead Online. He has like 300 days. That's right, 300 days worth of playtime. So if you don't take my word for it, have my grandpa's seal of approval.
And so our story begins. But who is the hero of our tale?
Fable 2, if you haven't played it, literally what are you doing? Play it right now. It's a sequel to Fable, action role-playing game that takes place in the fictional Albion. Once upon a time, you start off as a child living on the street with your elder sister Rose, trying to get by, when one day, a merchant is selling magical items in the city of Bowerstone. You do various quests for the civilians to gather a few pieces of gold in order to purchase a music box that grants one wish. Since your character is mute, bring back mute protagonist, please. Your sister wishes to live in the Fairfax Castle. To both of your surprise, you get invited to the Fairfax Castle to meet Lord Lucien Fairfax. The gag is, turns out you and your sister are both heroes that seem to contradict Lord Lucien's plans. So bam! He shoots Rose, dead, right in front of you. But fear not, you're next. Bam! He shoots you too. From the impact of the bullet, you fall out of the window into the street. You get rescued, and I should probably stop yapping because I've been going at it for too long. Can you tell I'm very passionate about this game? I think with Fable 2, the coziness of it kind of starts to blend into a comfort game type thing with heavy nostalgia filter. Don't get me wrong, I've played Fable 2 a couple years ago too. I know it's really good and I like it a lot still. but it is very close to my heart, partially because of nostalgia. Now back to coziness. Unsurprisingly, the game has this fairy tale aesthetic to it, which definitely plays into the coziness meter. The bloom, the colors are very comforting in my opinion. Graphics. Combat is not super complex or difficult. And there's a fair amount of customization available, however, it's somewhat limited, as in the beginning you can only choose the gender of your character. Later, when they've grown up, you can do a little hairstyling, tattoos, dress up. You can marry, you have a dog companion from day one, play landlord simulator, whatever your heart desires. I also really enjoy these title cards for the NPCs of their likes, dislikes, fun facts, or sexual preference. The story is pretty solid. I like the humor. I could replay this game whenever. I'm also super excited about the new Fable game, so please don't fuck it up. Thank you. Interactive drama survival horror game Until Dawn takes place on Blackwood Mountain, where a group of teenagers hang out at Rami Malek's family lodge. As the party was seemingly coming to an end, the teens decide to pull a prank on Hannah, Josh's sister, and humiliate her. Hannah, not knowing what to do or how to handle the situation, decides to flee the lodge and get away from her awful so-called friends. Her twin sister, Beth, runs after her, but they seem to be chased by something with a flamethrower, resulting in them falling off a cliff. A year later, Josh decides to invite the gang back to the lodge, after which shit will start to escalate. First of all, I want to highlight I'm talking about the original 2015 Until Dawn, not the remaster, because we know the remaster is... At first glance, it might not seem cozy, but Until Dawn is cozy in a sense that a comfort movie would be. You know, like something like Cabin in the Woods, Scream, or any other teen slasher movie. It is of the interactive movie video game genre, so that's why I would largely compare it to movies. It's just really fun. I guess in the case of this game, for me, the coziness stems from the comfort of the somewhat cliche horror teen character stereotypes. It's kind of the comfort of knowing every time what to expect, and at the same time rooting for the characters and feeling this satisfaction when they make it out alive. It has a really interesting story, and it definitely set a bar for this type of interactive horror type game that even Supermassive themselves are struggling to hit after all these years. I would say The Quarry came pretty close. I love the aesthetic, but the story wasn't as good as Until Dawn's. I haven't played the remaster. I'm not sure if I would want to. I'm not a fan of the changes they made. There is a great video that highlights the differences and why the remaster ends up falling short that I recommend watching if you care about that kind of stuff. I'm gonna change up the format a little bit because the next two games are gonna be somewhat similar in a sense that they're both these resource management strategy games. So I'm going to introduce them one by one and then talk about why I find them cozy. Age of Empires 3, not the definitive edition, got removed from Steam. The original literally cannot be found online because it got removed from Steam. I didn't see it on Good Old Games. Where can I get Age of Empires the original? Anyway, it is a real-time strategy game which takes place around the 15th and 19th century. To be fair, I've never really played the campaign. I was not that interested. I'm still not interested because I assume it's like colonizer simulator. I was always more of a fan of skirmish, which is like a custom match type of deal. Skirmish matches can be played in teams or solo, and the goal is to overthrow your enemies. You can choose which civilization you want to play as. I love the music, and the sound effects are like ingrained in my brain. Tropico is a construction management simulator, much like SimCity or City Skylines, except you're playing as a dictator. So it has some political simulation aspect to it as well. As El Presidente, your responsibilities revolve around infrastructure, economics, politics, and so on. I never really played a campaign for this one either. There is like a sandbox mode that I always liked. I don't like it when they tell me what to do, where to place stuff. I want to place them where I want to place them. Maybe like play the tutorial and then do the sandbox. It has minimal character customization and I love the soundtrack. Recently I played Tropico 5, which essentially follows the same formula. And that one I did end up playing the campaign because I was playing on PlayStation and I didn't know the controls. But I never finished it. I would recommend both. They're like interchangeable. They're very similar. Now the reason I put these two together is because for the most part I consider the coziness to be of a similar vein, which is resource management and like planning. For some reason I find that weirdly soothing. I guess it might come from like this repetition aspect or being able to see your little civilization grow. I feel like I just lock in and I get really sucked into the game. And this sort of combination of my brain going autopilot and invested and mindless is what I find very entertaining and cozy. Additionally, Tropico 3's music and atmosphere is something I also just really enjoy and find cozy by default. This next game truly doesn't really need any introduction, so let's play a little guessing game. Farming, animal husbandry, mining, combat, construction, villagers, custom character, dog, cat, horse, pixelated graphics. Can you guess what it is? That's right, it's Minecraft. It's Minecraft. I'm not sure if this is like an unpopular opinion or not, but I haven't seen a lot of discourse about Minecraft being a cozy game. Well, to be fair, I wasn't looking that hard because I didn't want to be influenced by other people's opinions. If you're somehow unaware, Minecraft is a sandbox survival game. It has a couple of game modes: survival, creative, hardcore, and you just kind of survive or be creative or be hardcore. If you play survival, the goal generally is to get to the end and kill the Ender Dragon, but you can really just do whatever. Build, torture villagers, mine. The world is your oyster. That's why I'm surprised it's not that talked about, because she's the OG. It's just something I can always go back to and unwind and have a ton of fun. I think that's generally what I find most cozy about games like Minecraft, is having the opportunity to get really immersed and zone out. Well, I guess that applies to a lot of these games. Now that I think about it, most of the cozy games for me are like ones that I get super fixated on for a period of time and then just kind of stop playing it, just like randomly pick it up again and I'm like, oh my god, this is the best game ever. Skate 3, as the title suggests, is a skateboarding game. You're an up-and-coming skateboarder doing races, magazine shoots, duel pros, recruit new skaters, and so on. Really cool game, one of my all-time favorites. The campaign is really fun. It also has a huge open world where you can pretty much skate anything. The graphics, the sound design, the mindless skating, all things that absolutely tick the coziness mark for me. Myst Online Uru Live is a free open source MMO adventure game. If you have played Uru Ages Beyond Myst, it's essentially that, but multiplayer. Myst has a gigantic lore, so I will not be getting into that, but if you would be interested in a video on that, let me know. The game takes place in 2000s New Mexico, where an ancient civilization called the Dani created portals to other worlds by writing descriptive books of said worlds, aka ages. In order to progress in the story, you solve puzzles together and find clues. You can definitely play solo as well, but the community is very nice and friendly in my experience, so it's worth a shot. Game has an extremely dedicated fan base, as they have pretty much been the sole reason why it can still operate to this day. Thank you, Cyan. Thank you, player base. The coziness in this game comes from the aesthetic and graphics. Myst has a very intricate world building, with many of the areas being very tranquil. Character customization is a big plus in this one. You also have your own little sanctuary called the Ralto that you can customize to some extent. Fun fact, it was one of the first games I streamed on my previous original Twitch channel. I was streaming it when I was playing with my sister. It was a ton of fun.
Oh, ayaw pala.
So if this got your attention, it would be really cool if you checked it out. I feel like it's such a hidden gem that deserves more love. It's free, it's old, so it takes up practically no storage, and it would run even on the most potato of computers, so why not give it a try? Love Uru, love Cyan, love you guys. This is not an ad, by the way. I have like 20 subscribers. They probably wouldn't reach out to me. If they did, I would do it for free, because I love Uru. I really love Uru. Mass Effect Legendary Edition action role-playing game is compiled of the Mass Effect trilogy. Now I must say, fuck EA. If you're planning on playing this game, I guess it's best if you do it in a way that you don't pay for it. If you're picking up what if you're picking up what I'm putting down. You play as Commander Shepard, fighting for a way to stop the big evil alien starships called the Reapers. I decided to be cheeky and choose this version because I don't know if I would be able to pick just one out of the trilogy, because it makes sense to play it as a whole. But if I really had to choose one, I would probably choose Mass Effect 2. Here's why. I love Shepard's room, I love the model ships, I love the fish tank. Amazing. Generally, I find space scary. Too big, too open. I don't like big spaceships. I kind of have megalophobia. I don't like. But in Mass Effect, it's presented in a pretty digestible way, except when you go to the Leviathan. I did not like the Leviathan. I'm getting sidetracked. The world is presented in quite a cozy way. The atmosphere feels immersive, the NPCs feel genuine. I thought the relationship aspect is pretty cozy, as well as the companion banters. So play it. Play it. What are you waiting for? So that was 10 of my unconventional cozy games. I hope it shed some light on the fact that coziness doesn't inherently come from farming, pixelated graphics, moving away to a village, and so on. With that being said, I also want to highlight that I do not have anything against Stardew Valley. I love Stardew Valley. I love Animal Crossing. I've been planning to play Harvest Moon for the longest time. They're amazing. I actually have a shit ton of hours in Palia. That's why I know it sucks. This whole project helped me reflect on what my non-negotiables are when it comes to cozy games. I don't think I've mentioned it thus far, but single player is a big plus. There are very, very few exceptions for multiplayers that are cozy and I like them. They are there. There's Uru for one. I know I also said the multiplayer for Red Dead Redemption 2 online is quite cozy, but I was thinking more of games that are multiplayer first that are cozy, because I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is single player first with an online aspect. It's there, it exists, it's multiplayer, and I do like it, and it's cozy, but generally the fact that it's multiplayer usually makes it not cozy. If you have any other multiplayer cozy games, let me know. Please don't say Palia. Open world or sandbox-like world is also something that helps me get lost in the game, enter into autopilot flow state. Good immersion is appreciated for any game, not just the cozy ones, but I think that also gives them more of a cozy vibe when you forget about the outside troubles. Good to mention, take a shot every time I say cozy in this video. Responsibly. Graphics in general can do a lot of heavy lifting when it comes to coziness. This early 2000s look usually does it for me. Music. Need I say more? Music is one of the best ways to convey emotion and feeling, set the tone, create atmosphere. Also one that can do a lot of heavy lifting. Last but not least, an optional aspect is connecting with NPCs and forming relationships, friendships, enemies. But I think for that, they have to be pretty well written. If you're the cozy game audience, you like to play the same game over and over again, just in different fonts, good for you, honestly. You have a lot of games to choose from. But maybe if you want to dabble into something else, there is a whole world out there that can be just as cozy, if not more. So really my aim with this video is to just self-reflect. What is it that you find cozy in specific games? Is it the freedom? Is it the creativity? Is it the combat? Is it, you know, cooking? Is it, there are like millions of aspects. Is it the voice acting? Is it the story? Is it the you know, I encourage you to do a little self-reflection when it comes to this, because you can find so many more games like that if you can really pinpoint what it is that makes it cozy for you. Thank you so much if you have made it this far into the video. I haven't been streaming lately because I just had so many YouTube video ideas that I just got a bit overwhelmed. Don't be alarmed, I'm definitely gonna be back. I'm gonna be doing more, so feel free to follow me on Twitch as well if that's something that you're interested in. Feel free to subscribe if you liked it, like it if you liked it. You can find all my other socials in the description. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you soon. After the over, so I'm really as he's like game, the 5th installment of the Horse Girl Simulator, the Elder Scrolls because we know the remaster is Horse Girl Simulator, absolute cinema. Because we know the remaster is Horse Girl Sim. Oh my god. But Skyrim is a soul. Wait, because we know the remaster is Horse Girl Sim. However, if okay, cool. I'm reading it like I don't know what it's gonna say. Horse Girl Simulator. Your responsibilities revolve around okay, I can't do it. Farming, animal husbandry. Fuck. Okay, bye.